Odyssey to find Formosa. Learn English with the Happy Fisherman. Mystery of Baby Eel. Once upon a time, legend spoke of a treasure hidden on a lost land that people called Formosa. Many nations sent out vessels in search of this lost land, yet the land was never found. Now, the Pong Lai, a vessel sailing on the Pacific Ocean, will embark on a journey in search of the treasure. Welcome aboard. This is your captain speaking. Welcome to our search for Formosa. This journey consists of 6 stops, and each stop will have letters for you to collect. The letters are on the pictures. I'll be showing you the picture for the first part of our journey in a bit. Make sure you grab a pen and a piece of paper to draw the picture. Remember, do not let anyone see the picture. Are you finished? On this journey, we need to find the answers to the following questions. The answer is either a word or a phrase. When you find the answer, please circle it on your hand-drawn picture to receive the letter from this stop. Let's take a look at these questions. 1. What is the season of catching baby eels? 2. After baby eels hatch, they go up into rivers and grow in rivers. How many years later will they return to the ocean to spawn? 3. When do fishermen catch baby eels? During the day or at night? 4. Why may eel brokers lose money? We're going to need your help to find the answers to those questions. But first, let's embark on our journey to Formosa.
So he's going in, and we're going to take a look at how he does this. Oh, the waves are a little big today. 这里有绳子. Oh, Jesus Christ. Let's go take a look and see if we caught any. Oh, there's one. 哇，很难抓。哇，他挑得很厉害。
拿低一点，不好意思，最低。
People have been eating eel for thousands of years, but just like salmon and lobster, it didn't become a delicacy until more recent times. In Asia, it's really the Japanese who are credited with making eel a delicacy by taking grilled eel and putting it on rice. We're here in the Zhongshan area of Taipei, which is a traditional district that used to have a lot of Japanese restaurants and to this day still does, and we're going to try this delicacy. What? Japanese. Wow, Japan. This dish, unadon, which is a combination of unagi and donburi, seems very simple, but in fact it's very complicated to make. It involves steaming, grilling, butterflying the eel. This eel actually has a story, and the story is deeply tied to Taiwan. But before I tell you that, let's taste it. 很难夹. Here we go. The eel is so rich and luscious, and it's offset by the rice so beautifully. It's dishes like this that make me happy to be a fisherman. When you can enjoy fantastic food like this. This is the best part of the job, getting to eat this fantastic kind of food. I think a lot of people love this dish both in Taiwan and Japan, but they don't know why it's relevant to Taiwan. And we're gonna go explore that. We're gonna find out where this eel comes from, and then you'll understand what the connection is between this and the history of Taiwan. December and January is eel season here in Taiwan, and we've come to Yilan to learn more about this important aquaculture in Taiwan.
Did you see the answer? Let's rewind.
December and January is eel season here in Taiwan, and we've come to Yilan to learn more about this important aquaculture in Taiwan.
The answer is December and January. Fishermen catch baby eels during the cold winter months. Now let's look at the second question. After baby eels hatch, they go up into rivers and grow in rivers. How many years later will they return to the ocean to spawn? Let's find out. Go.
Big brother Zhang, who is an eel broker, and he's going to explain this industry to us. 我想多一点了解那个鰻鱼怎么抓。
要天黑以后，要看那个潮汐。鳗鱼是有季节性的，鳗鱼苗都到冬天才有。等一下我们去海边看。
We're here on the coastal plain of Yilan because this is one of the best places to catch these baby eels. You can see there are three rivers coming together in this area. We have the Lanyang River here, which is the first one. A little further on, you have the Yilan River. And on the other side here, we have the Dongshan River. And because these three rivers come together, you'll have the eels coming into the rivers. The baby eels are actually spawned in the Mariana Trench, some 3,000 miles from here. And that's where the eels come to spawn after many years. And then the baby eels, with the current, are brought to this part of Taiwan and also to northern Japan and the Philippines. And that's where they're caught for later on. The ones that are not caught will go up into the river and live in the river for 6 or 7 or 8 years until they go back to the ocean, to the Mariana Trench, to spawn once again.
What did he just say? Let's go back and check again.
The ones that are not caught will go up into the river and live in the river for 6 or 7 or 8 years until they go back to the ocean, to the Mariana Trench, to spawn once again.
Let's continue. The third question, when do fishermen catch baby eels? During the day or at night? Let's find out. Go.
The reason they are caught as babies here is because the process of harvesting the eel eggs has never been duplicated. They've tried to do it in Japan, but at this stage it's not feasible. The way the eels are spawned in the Mariana Trench cannot be duplicated, and that's why we need to catch the baby eels here and then grow them till they're at a size where they can be sold and eaten. Catching baby eels is a seasonal thing. So these little towns here pop up between December and January when the baby eels are caught.
这个小王子就是我们本地人，就是有时候刮风下雨的时候，他可以遮风避雨。大黄子的就是出外人，那个像那个台东、花莲，他就在这边住，在这边吃。
那这个东西叫什么？
他们有的叫那个小乌龟，有的叫蒙古包。
It's really windy today. The action only starts at night. The baby eels, or elvers as they're called, can only be caught in the nighttime when the tide is coming in. So any time between 8 a.m. and 4 a.m. is where the people will come out and start catching the eels.
Did you get it? Let's check again.
It's really windy today. The action only starts at night. The baby eels, or elvers as they're called, can only be caught in the nighttime when the tide is coming in. So any time between 8 a.m. and 4 a.m. is where the people will come out and start catching the eels.
The answer is at night. Fishermen can only catch baby eels at night when the tide rises, usually between 8 p.m. and 4 a.m. The fourth question, why may eel brokers lose money? Let's find out. Go.
And you can see here, and I wanted to show this to you before it gets too dark, you have one of these nets already set out in the ocean here. It's going to be empty now because the tide isn't coming in and because it's not dark enough, but they set it now, and tonight they'll be harvesting the eels out of it. You can see behind me also Guishan Dao, which is a famous site in Taiwan, an island off the coast of Yilan. It's a little past 8 o'clock tonight and we're back at the beach. The action here is just getting started and I found the fisherman here who's already caught a couple small eels. 有一条是吧？
有啊，5条了，5条。
你看里面有一条。
看得到吗？
购买哦，购买哦。好可爱哦。Very cute。
对。你今天几点钟开始抓鱼？
傍晚。
那你用哪一个方式钓？你是用
铁架。
那你会到天亮吗？
到天亮了。
多的话，你可以赚一天可以赚多少钱？
现在哦，今年我看没有办法，这一天赚不到1000块。真的，往年的话会比较好。
因为我们来试一次，要不要？
试一下，好啊好啊。
So he's going in, and we're going to take a look at how he does this. Oh, the waves are a little big today, so we're gonna get wet. This 里有绳子，小心，这里有绳子。Oh, Jesus Christ! So the tide is coming up now. It looks like a very tough job. I don't think it's easy. I mean, walking back and forth in the surf like this is going to make you tired. And as you saw, up to now, he's only caught 5 fish. So it's definitely not easy going.
他回来了，回来检查一下，搞不好就有哦。
I hope so. I hope he caught something. So he's picking up his net, and you can see he's holding the sack at the end, and we're gonna open up the tube and see if we catch anything. Let's see if we're lucky this time. He walked back and forth for about 5 minutes, this time not very long, and let's see if there's anything inside. So he did catch some sand, and now he's gonna go sift through the sand to see if there are any eels in there. Some crabs anyway. 看起来没有是吧？ So he's looking to see if there are any caught in the sand, but it doesn't look very good. 这个蛮危险的，有没有掉进去过了或者怎么样啊？
有啊，就有了，
有了。
有没有起跳？对啊，就是要穿这个救生衣。
你已经做了那个多久？
小时候做到现在大概30年。
哦。So we're now at the mouth of the river. This gentleman is working with the university. He's put the net around his neck the way we did it earlier today, and he's going to go empty the fixed net to see if they have any more eels in there. So let's go along with him and see if we can catch anything. So we got some waves now. We're just going to wait a second, and then he's going to open up the mouth of the net, which should be over here. 这个已经封了多久？
如果把你很多的话，就要常去。因为你太久的话，那半你在里面会死掉。如果没有的话，差不多10几分钟、20分钟下去收一次。
OK， 小心挡。So let's go take a look and see if we caught any. So we're gonna see if there are any this time. Oh, there's one. We got one already. A lot of crabs again. There's another one there.
我可以抓吗？
哇，很难抓。
很难抓，不要溺死啊！
要。哇，他挑得很厉害。
拿低一点，不好意思。
最低。
啊，等我一下。好，有，不动。
They come here from about November and they'll stay until February, and they'll help the professor who's conducting the research. He'll come every few days to take a look and see how many they've caught, and then he'll take them back to his laboratory and study them more. We're now at Big Brother Zhang's house, the broker we met earlier this morning and who's been so kind to show us around tonight. This is where the money happens. This is where we count the eels that were caught today and try to figure out how much he can sell them on for. Today's price is about $60 for one eel. 最多你还记得是多少钱
？205。
这是多少年前？
大概10年左右吧。
I learned today that the price of eels can fluctuate even in one day. It's almost like the stock market, depending on supply and demand. So when they buy the eels from the fishermen that we saw today and bring them here, they've already paid the fishermen, but by the time they're here and by the time they sell them on, the price of the eels could have changed. So they can either make even more money or even lose money in the meantime. So the timing of everything is quite critical.
Did you catch that? Let's try again.
I learned today that the price of eels can fluctuate even in one day. It's almost like the stock market, depending on supply and demand. So when they buy the eels from the fishermen that we saw today and bring them here, they've already paid the fishermen, but by the time they're here and by the time they sell them on, the price of the eels could have changed. So they can either make even more money or even lose money in the meantime. So the timing of everything is quite critical.
The answer is that before they sell the baby eels they have bought from the fishermen, the prices may have dropped.
我要谢谢你的时间. Thank you so much. 谢谢.
不客气。
Catching the eels only happens during the winter months. Raising them is a full-time job that goes year-long. It's 4 o'clock in the morning, and we're here because this is the place where the baby eels are being collected, and they're just preparing the ponds that will raise them to a larger size.
就下海时就这样嘛。
Oh, okay. Take the little net, they'll put it around them, and then they step into the ring. That will help them go out to the ocean. Oops. Zandager says that people will come here and stay for a few months to do the fishing, and they 我忘了要说什么。
没关系。
Odyssey to find Formosa. Learn English with the Happy Fisherman. Mystery of Baby Eel. This is your captain speaking. We've arrived at the third stop. Have you circled the answer on your treasure map? Let's check our answer. Have you found the key letter of this stop? That's right. The key letter of the third stop is I. I'm sure you remember that Leo explained how to make unadon at the beginning of the video. Don't just stand there and drool over the dish. Leo commented that unadon seems very easy to make, but it actually takes a lot of effort to make. It involves steaming and grilling the eel. Just staring at Leo enjoying unadon makes my mouth water. However, I must suppress my appetite and teach you how to use English to describe the methods of ingredient preparation and cooking. Maybe you'll not become better at cooking, than other fishermen by learning these words, but you'll definitely be great at describing how to cook. Is there any important thing to do before cooking? I'm sure all of you know is ingredient preparation. Let me share with you some of the most common ways of ingredient preparation. First, many ingredients need to be peeled before they can cook them. Peeling ingredients means removing their skin. Next, you chop the ingredients. Many words in English can be used to describe chopping the ingredients. For example, cut. We're also going to talk about mince, shred, dice, and slice today. They're all ways to chop the ingredients, but you should not mix them up. Mincing ingredients means chopping them into small pieces. An example is minced meat, an ingredient that many side dishes for bento boxes are made with. Shredding ingredients means chopping them into thin strips. An example is shredded carrot, an ingredient commonly used in salads. Dice doesn't only refer to the small cube used in casino games. Dicing ingredients means chopping them into small squares. An example is diced beef, a dish commonly served at night markets. Slicing ingredients means chopping them into thin, flat pieces. An example is a slice of pizza. To prepare a delicious dish, chopping the ingredients is only the first step. Exquisite dishes are like great sailors. They require great effort to make. Let's look at the other ways of ingredient preparation. Mashing ingredients means crushing them into a soft mass. An example is mashed potato, or common and popular Western dish. Next, let's talk about marinate and pickle. What are the differences between them? Marinating means mixing meat with seasoning to remove its gamey smell before cooking. On the other hand, pickling means turning foods into pickled foods, such as pickles, through pickling. After we are done with ingredient preparation, it's time to cook. Everyone knows the word cook. However, you are my sailor, so you need to know more than that. Let me teach you how to use English to describe other methods of cooking. There is fried chicken, and there is fried rice. Wait, this doesn't sound right. Fried chicken and fried rice are made from different cooking methods. Why do they both contain the word fried? Well, that's because the word fry can refer to any cooking method that involves cooking food in oil. Therefore, there are many kinds of ways to fry food. Number 1, pan fry, which means to heat ingredients with oil in a pan until it is cooked. Number 2, stir fry, which means to stir ingredients with oil in a wok. An example is fried rice. Therefore, fried rice can also be called stir-fried rice. Number 3, deep fry, which means to cook food with a large amount of oil in a deep pan. Therefore, fried chicken can also be called deep-fried chicken. Besides fried foods, sometimes I want to eat things that are light and less oily, such as boiled foods. In English, boiling food means to cook food by putting it in boiling water. So if you want to order an egg boiled in water in a foreign restaurant, you can order a boiled egg. Stewing is another nice cooking method, which means to cook food slowly in a little liquid. Moreover, a stew refers to a dish cooked by stewing. Sometimes when people don't feel like cooking, they want to eat convenience food. That's when microwave ovens come in handy. When people cook with a microwave oven, they microwave the food. For instance, you can ask clerks at convenience stores to microwave your food. Are you more familiar with how to use English to describe methods of ingredient preparation and cooking? Now, it's your turn to introduce a dish. What? You're too shy? All right, let me give you a sentence pattern. To prepare a dish, you have to first prepare the ingredients in certain ways, and then move on to cook the ingredients in certain ways. Moreover, you can use this sentence pattern to talk about Taiwanese street food. I'll go first. To prepare fried rice, you have to first dice carrots and cabbage, shred chicken, and then move on to stir-fry all of the ingredients. Wow, you are so much better than I thought. You've completed the lesson and challenges of the third stop without any problem. However, don't forget the final mission of every stop, answering 10 questions. Having taught you so many cooking words makes my stomach growl. How about I go and prepare a feast now?